Hi, I'm Lindley. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a body liberation photographer and activist. What that means is that I photograph people who are underrepresented by current beauty standards and current media representation. In general, that means that I often work with people who are in larger bodies or fat. Some of us who have reclaimed that word use that to describe ourselves and our bodies and as well as people of color, the LGBT plus community, and disabled folks, because we are all underrepresented and underserved by the photography world. And so my goal is to fix that. But I am also an activist. And so I'm fighting for equal human rights, equal access to healthcare, equal access to self-worth and self-image, for primarily fat folks, but for everyone who is marginalized and oppressed. And so this work takes a lot of different forms in addition to my photography. And I have some other videos where I'm going to go into detail about what that means. But in a general sense, I do client photography, that is boudoir and portrait sessions, in addition to small business photography and branding sessions. I produce stock photography that businesses use in their marketing and social media, also of fat folks. I produce fine art photographs that are beautiful, inclusive photographs that you can buy and hang on your wall or in your office lobby, or on your bulletin board. I also run the Body Love Shop, which is a store. It's an online web store. Some of the items are I have physically in stock in my basement, and some of them are affiliate links that will direct you elsewhere. But the whole shop is curated items that are by and for fat folks, and in addition to fat allies who are not fat themselves. And so there's books and cool gift boxes and artwork and various products for fat folks. I also do health at every size consulting and writing. I am a big believer in the framework of health at every size, that says that anyone can work towards what their version of health looks like, no matter what size body they're in. Health is not a moral obligation, but if you want to work towards that, you can pick up healthy behaviors without focusing on weight loss. And so I do a lot of thought work and liberation work around that. I produce some of the things that I produce on that, in addition to my consulting with individuals and businesses. I've also produced some workbooks for people who want to further their own knowledge around that. So, in addition to those things, as I take a deep breath, I love to have my hands in a lot of different pies, my fingers, and I love to have lots of different things going on. So all these things that I do it's so cool and such an honor to be involved in them. But a lot of this work is unpaid. A lot of this activism work, I do a ton of education on Instagram, on YouTube, and in Facebook groups. And people wanted a way to be able to support that work, because, activism work is awesome, but I also have a mortgage. And so people really wanted a way to be able to support that financially, which is awesome because that support is needed. And so I do have a Patreon as well. You can find it at patreon.com/bodyliberation. And that is both a way for people to support me and to get rewards back. So people who support me on Patreon, in addition to supporting this work, they get stock photo credits, they get exclusive videos and content. And recently also, people have been able to get access to my brand new Discord chat server, which is growing rapidly, and it's a great body safe, fat phobia free community for people to hang out in and to get direct access to me as well. So you can find all of these things at bodyliberationphotos.com. You can also find my free weekly newsletter that is a really great, awesome free resource for health at every size, body image, anti-oppression work, all these resources. And that's at bit.ly, that's bit.ly/body liberation guide. You can also find it on the main website at bodyliberationphotos.com. I'm on Instagram at Body Liberation with Lindley, on Twitter at Lindley Ashline, and on YouTube at From Lindley with Love.